And now it's my honor to present our 154th commencement speaker, Mayor Michael Bloomberg.
Well, Mr. President, thank you. I know most of these students are saying with his academic record, he's getting an honorary degree. Just so you students know, I was always one of the people that made the top half of the class possible. As a matter of fact, this is a true story. I went to Johns Hopkins in 1960, which shows you I couldn't be your parents, I could be your grandparents. And I went to study physics. And I got there and I found out that there was a German requirement. Because if you think about it, in 1960, most of the physicists in this country had come from Germany escaping before the war. And after 3 days in German class, I became an electrical engineering student. It wasn't even close. To say I'm honored to be with you and to congratulate you on making this day possible is just an understatement. Cooper Union was one of those schools that I never applied to because I never would have had a chance of getting in here. The academic standards here was so much greater than my abilities. One of the lessons I always try to give to young people is get rid of the words I and me out of my vocabulary, out of your vocabulary. Use the words we and us, because I can't think of anything that anybody does that's important in life that doesn't require other people's help. Now, it's an honor to stand with you on this stage in this great hall that really has witnessed so many crucial moments in American history, including the speech that launched Abraham Lincoln to the White House and saved the Union. He supposedly used this very podium, and the first time I gave a speech a number of years ago here using this podium, I called my mother and I said, "You will never believe what I just did." I was so impressed with myself. She told me to go back to work. It is an honor to stand with a group of elite students in the long shadow of one of America's most influential pioneers, Peter Cooper. As a technological innovator, he helped our young country grow into an economic powerhouse that we've all benefited from. And as a generous philanthropist, he created this educational institution that from its earliest days has propelled our country forward in the long march toward freedom and equality. First, I wanted to speak for a moment about a private responsibility that I think you have, and it's a responsibility that I think I've had, and I've tried to carry it with me throughout my entire life. Like many of you, I went to school, as I said, to study and to learn to be a better person, to be a more well-rounded person, and also to have the skills to make a living. So thanks to Johns Hopkins and my student loans and the job I had in a parking lot for all of the years I was at Hopkins to help pay my expenses, I did receive what turned out to be a great education. And thanks to Peter Cooper's generosity and vision, you graduates have received an absolutely top-rate, top-quality free education as well. But you do leave here with a debt. You are not debt-free. Whatever success you find in life, you still owe a debt to Peter Cooper and to this great school, just as I always think that I owed an enormous debt to the Johns Hopkins University and to Johns Hopkins, the institution that he founded. Now, I know this has been a difficult time for the Cooper Union community. There is anger, there is disappointment over the tuition issue, and I'm not here to take sides in that. That's not what today should be about. But I do believe that recent events here offer an important final lesson that applies far beyond these walls. Peter Cooper once said, "Give a man a gift, but do not endorse his note." Peter Cooper gave you a great gift, but he did not endorse your note. He did not absolve you of your debt to this great institution, and you will carry that with you for the rest of your lives, just as I have carried my debt to Johns Hopkins. When you walk out of these doors today, do not leave the passion you have shown for this institution and its past and its future behind. Stay involved, stay committed, and do what Peter Cooper did. Donate what you can. I do remember after graduating from Hopkins, the Alumni Association calling and asking me to make a donation. I didn't really have very much money to give. I started working in Wall Street. My first job was working in the cage, counting securities in my underwear because it was not air conditioned in the summer. My first year's bonus was forgiveness of the loan they gave me so that I could afford to go to work there because they paid a lot less than other firms that had offered me a job. Because as generous as Johns Hopkins and Peter Cooper were, you must always remember They gave us a gift. They did not endorse our note. And it is our responsibility to carry on their legacy. And when times get tough and everything seems lost, you just can't walk away and think that, well, it's somebody else's problem. It's not somebody else's problem. It's our problem. Not if you really believe in what you're fighting for, you won't. And when you really believe in something, then you have to be willing to work like hell for it and sacrifice for it. Otherwise, you will lose. And that's a dream. It's true of a relationship. It's true of a cause. It's true of a career. It's true of a college. And what matters most in this world are the ones that require the most of us, and not just for over a few months, but forever. Now, I know all of you believe that this school is worth working for and sacrificing for. Your actions have made that abundantly clear. Don't forever give up on that belief, and don't ever forget that anything is possible if people band together and commit themselves to a common goal. And that's the story of every great social movement that Cooper Union has helped launch. All of those movements would have failed if they had relied on the generosity and beneficence of a few. But all of them succeeded after many setbacks and discouraging moments because of the commitment and the sacrifice of so many. When you're lucky enough to enjoy rights and opportunities that others do not, you have a responsibility to help open the door to them. You don't have to be wealthy to give back. You can give back by getting involved. You don't have to be committed to opening, you just have to be committed to opening doors for others. And no matter what career path you follow or find yourself on, I hope that you will honor Peter Cooper's legacy by opening doors for others, and not only by giving back to this great university, but also by extending Cooper Union's tradition of pushing our country to live up to high ideals. From abolitionism to women's suffrage to civil rights to the rights of workers, Cooper Union has always been at the forefront of America's march to freedom, leading us towards a more equal society and a more perfect union. The march continues, and I hope all of you will follow in Peter Cooper's footsteps to helping lead it, and by ensuring that this school remains as much a part of our country's future as it has been in the past. The debate you're having really isn't about whether education is free. It's really a debate about who can and who is willing to pay for it. But there's nothing really free in life. Everything requires work, and people need to earn a living. And we have to find the right balance between all of that. I know some of you are thinking, oh, that's nice to say so, that as an alumni I'm going to have an obligation to help this school and keep it going. But it'd be nice to find a job. Well, fair enough, but trust me, you will. It may take a little while, but you've worked as hard as any college student in this country, and from my experience, there's nothing more attractive to an employer than someone who has a good work ethic. If you're an artist, there's nothing more important to than bringing your visions to life and a good work ethic. Talent is important, sure, but talent is like luck. The harder you work, the more you have. If you're willing to work long days and nights, giving it your very best, you will find opportunities and success. And as you do, just remember to help open the doors for those that come after you, because somebody before you opened the doors for you. So tonight, one more drink at the Coal Yard, or my favorite, 2 more drinks at McSorley's, which incidentally was a favorite haunt of Peter Cooper, and then go out and make this school, this city, this country, and humanity proud. God bless.